We had some major breaking news this afternoon as it has been announced that Jesse Love will make his NASCAR Cup Series debut at Bristol Motor Speedway. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to our video. As I just said in Sunday, we had some pretty massive major breaking news this afternoon as it has been announced that Jesse Love will make his NASCAR Cup Series debut at a couple weeks at Bristol Motor Speedway. He will drive the number 33 for Richard Childress Racing with C4 Ultimate Energy as the sponsor. Here's a press release from Richard Childress Racing from this afternoon. Richard Childress Racing announced today that NASCAR Xfinity Series standout Jesse Love will make his NASCAR Cup Series debut at Bristol Motor Speedway on Sunday, April 13th. Love will pilot the number 33 C4 Ultimate Energy Chevrolet on the high banks of the last great Coliseum. Here's what Jesse Love said about making his NASCAR Cup Series debut. Racing in the Cup Series has always been my main goal and dream. Everything that I have done up to this point in my career has been building to this moment. To make my NASCAR Cup Series debut at this age is very special, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to make it with RCR. Everyone has welcomed me with open arms over the last year, and the organization feels like family. Here's what Richard Childress said about him making his Cup debut. I'm excited to have Jesse make his Cup Series debut in the number 3 Chevrolet. From the moment I started watching Jesse race, I knew that he had the talent. He has the passion for wanting to win and doing the best possible for his team. To be a great driver, you have to have passion behind the wheel, and Jesse has it. We've seen it develop over the last year since he joined RCR, and I look forward to helping him compete at the highest level of our sport. Nutribullet is also very excited about this as well, and they, of course, own C4 of Energy, which has been a big sponsor for Jesse Love over the course of the last couple years. They'll be also on the car as well. This is a major deal. We kind of heard this in the offseason, I think back in December or January, that we heard some rumors and speculation that it was very likely that Jesse Love was going to make some starts in the NASCAR Cup Series. Of course, announced earlier this week, I believe on Monday or Tuesday, that Austin was, of course, going to be driving number 33 car for RCR for 5 races this year. But we had heard some speculation. We knew there was a very good chance and possibility that this meant that Jesse Love was going to get the chance and opportunity to make his NASCAR Cup Series debut. It is certainly an interesting track to stand out and make your Cup Series debut. We've seen drivers in the past debut at Bristol Motor Speedway, but it is definitely going to be a technical challenge considering, one, it is very difficult to pass at Bristol Motor Speedway, but number 2, the 33 car and the RCR cars in general have not been that great at short tracks over the course of the last couple of years. Kyle Busch in the A car has completely struggled, and we've seen Austin Dillon, though he did have a solid run at Homestead, he has struggled in recent years as well. We knew the 33 car was going to be making a lot of starts this year, but I didn't know when Jesse Love was going to be making his NASCAR Cup debut. We also do know there's a very good chance and possibility that Will Brown is also going to be making some starts in the NASCAR Cup Series this year. We're not exactly sure what races he'll be running, but we have heard he'll probably make his Cup debut, not his Cup debut, but make his return to the Cup Series, maybe at Sonoma or a couple races down the road. I am very high on Jesse Love. I think Jesse Love is one of the best prospects out there, and I think he's got the potential to win a NASCAR Cup Series championship. We've seen what he's been able to do with Richard Childress Racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, particularly this season. He's in the top 5 in points currently at the moment. He's already won a race this year, that going at Daytona, the opening race, and Jesse Love's had a lot of top 5s and a lot of top 10s. He did have a bad run at Homestead for the most part, but he still, I believe, finished inside the top 15, all things considered. And I think he's earned the right and opportunity to make his NASCAR Cup Series debut with the team. He'll be joining up with maybe Connor Zilisch down the road. Of course, they're really good friends on and off the track, and now both Connor Zilisch and Jesse Love have both had the opportunities and chances to make their Cup Series debut. Now, what are my expectations for Jesse Love in his NASCAR Cup Series debut at Bristol? Realistically, I think Jesse Love's goal is to just get as much experience as possible. I think he does have a lot of potential. I think that he could contend for a top 20 or top 25 because he's been very fast at Bristol Motor Speedway in the past. But again, I just don't trust the RCR car, so I think the top 20 or top 25 should be the goal and get as much experience as possible. Now, I believe it was noted by Bob Pockers earlier today as well that it sounds like there's a really good chance and possibility that Jesse Love is going to be making some more NASCAR Cup Series starts at some point throughout the 2025 season. But we don't know for sure. I would have to think he's probably going to make around 5 or 6 starts in the Cup Series this year. That's my speculation at this point. Maybe a super speedway, maybe a road course. He's a very solid road course racer as well. So maybe we see him make some starts in the Cup Series on the road courses this year as well. But I realistically think that Jesse Love's goal is to try to get as much experience as possible. I think that Jesse Love is going to be pretty competitive, though, as he gets more experience. And I think Jesse Love is one of the best prospects out there. When I look at the prospect slips for the guys moving up to the ranks. I'd probably put Connor Zilisch and Corey Heim almost as the 1A and 1B of the prospect side of things. I think they're both very, very good. Corey Heim, of course, has won 13 and 14 Truck Series races, and Connor Zilisch has been a superstar on the road courses and has been picking up the speed very, very quickly. I would put Jesse Love in the 1A or 1B category, kind of in that same category as probably the number 3 prospect right now. I'm very high on Jesse Love, and I think Jesse Love has a lot of potential, and I think he's going to win a non-super speedway race at some point this year of how fast he's been to start the year. He's also going to be working with Andy Street. Andy Street is a fantastic crew chief. He was really good with Austin Hill over the course of the last couple of years, and I think that Jesse Love is going to be very, very strong in 2025 in these races. And you think about the long-term future as well. We got to remember this. Jesse Love, I believe, only turns 20 or 21 years old at the end of this year, and there's a lot of speculation about the long-term future of both of the current drivers over at Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon. We do know that Kyle Busch's contract does end at the end of this year. For Kyle Busch at that team, there's been some speculation that Kyle Busch could leave the team at the end of this year. I'm not sure if Jesse Love would be a replacement for Kyle Busch if he does end up going like Spire 2311 or something like that. I think there is a chance, though, that he could go to another team, and I think Love could be a candidate for that car, or he could be a candidate for the number 3 car with the number 3 up to the 33. Austin Dillon, there's been a lot of long-term speculation that Austin Dillon could go to more of an executive role in the near future, and I think that is a very big possibility for Austin Dillon. So there's a chance in the next couple of years that both Austin Hill and Jesse Love are going to be in the NASCAR Cup Series on a full-time basis. But I think it's a fantastic opportunity for Jesse Love. I think he's a really good talent. He's going to be competing against a lot of really good talent in the Cup Series. People like Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Shane Van Gisbergen, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Riley Herbst, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, Hendrick Motorsports drivers Chase Elliott, William Byron, Alex Bowman. I think about Spire with Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell and Justin Haley. There's a lot of really great talent out there, and Denny Hamlin, Chris Bell, some of the best guys in the Cup Series he's going to be competing against at that weekend. But I think that Jesse Love is going to be up for the challenge when he does get behind the wheel, and I'm really excited to see what Jesse Love can do in his NASCAR Cup Series debut next in a couple weeks from now. Bristol, we'll probably hear more about his upcoming schedule very, very soon, but I think it's really exciting to see that Jesse Love will be not full-time, but racing part-time in the NASCAR Cup Series at Bristol Motor Speedway and basically making some starts in the Cup Series going forward and down the road. So, that is going to today's special breaking news report on Jesse Love going Cup Series racing. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me through Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your expectations for Jesse Love in his NASCAR Cup Series debut, and do you think there's a chance and opportunity we could see Jesse Love go full-time Cup racing in the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In about an hour or so from now, you're going to be seeing reactions to NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying from Martinsville, and you're also going to see the NASCAR Truck Series race to be later tonight as well. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have the reactions to Cup Series qualifying. We're also going to have the Xfinity review. And then, of course, on Sunday, we're going to have the starting lineup video, the Cup review, and a Shane Van Gisbergen video most likely dropping very soon. And then Monday, we should have a NASCAR news video. And we're going to have some content coming out in regards to silly season in the future. Haley Dean Carls, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch. Other people like Connor Zilisch, Junior Motorsports, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Matt DiBenedetto, Cletus McFarland, M&M's, FedEx, all the good stuff we'll be talking about on the channel over the course of the next couple days. Of course, headed next week to Darlington, we're going to be taking a look at some other throwback paint schemes that happened revealed over the course of the last couple days. We got an awesome looking Kurt Busch one that was revealed earlier today, and I did a video earlier today talking about some of the throwbacks revealed, and also did talk a little bit about the lawsuit between 2311 and Front Row, and talk about Michael Jordan a little bit as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.